Habit hacks. Mastering adverbs of frequency in English. Hello, English learners. Today we are going to dive deep into an exciting aspect of English: adverbs of frequency. They are crucial when we're talking about our habits and routines, so understanding them is key for natural, fluent English conversations. Adverbs of frequency tell us how often something happens. These include words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. They give your listener a better understanding of how regular or consistent an activity is in your life. Always, 100%. This means the action happens all the time. Usually, 80–90%. This means the action happens most of the time. Often, 70–80%. This indicates the action happens frequently but not all the time. Sometimes, 50%. This means the action happens half the time. Rarely, 20–30%. This suggests the action doesn't happen often. Never, 0%. This means the action doesn't happen at all. Remember, these percentages are rough estimates and are used to give you a sense of how frequently each adverb indicates an action takes place. To use these adverbs in sentences, they generally go before the main verb. For example, I always read before bed. She often goes to the gym. We sometimes have pizza for dinner. However, with the verb to be, the adverb of frequency goes after the verb. For example, I am never late for work. He is usually in a good mood. Now, let's practice. I'll give you a situation, and you can pause the video to think about how to use an adverb of frequency in your sentence. 1. You exercise 4 times a week. 2. You hardly ever eat junk food. 3. You spend every weekend with your family. After you've formed your sentences, press play and check your answers. 1. I often exercise. 2. I rarely eat junk food. 3. I always spend the weekend with my family. How did you do? Remember, practice makes perfect. And that's it for today's lesson on adverbs of frequency. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to use them to describe your habits. Remember, these words are key for discussing your routines and personal habits in English. Keep practicing, and you'll be using them like a native speaker in no time. Happy learning, and I'll see you in our next video.